This video falls under fair use. Fair use allows commentary, criticism, and reactions. What's up, guys? So Alex Jones is at it again. So as I always say, I definitely don't co-sign whatever Alex is saying. So let's check out exactly what he had to say about Trump's latest speech. Check it out.
Historically, I just want you to not savor this moment, but highlight this for people, how big this is. Because when you say it's done, this just blew up the Death Star, I'm guessing why you're saying that. I agree with you, because now this is in the court of public opinion, and what this does to the courts and what this does for people's standings, all citizens that have voted or disenfranchised have standing, the state attorney generals have standing. This just opened up, this just blew the big bridge off the enemy castle. We now have breached their wall. Our armies are now pouring in. And instead, I see a bunch of people going, I only want the Epstein files. I only want to focus on Israel. That's all important. But the point is, we just blew a big ass hole in the side of their ass. Okay? Okay? We just breached their main wall. We just blew the living fucking shit out of them. This is a big deal. This could bring down the whole thing. Go ahead.
Right. We put a number of torpedoes right below the bow line of their aircraft carrier. Now we just need to make it sink. We just need to make it sink. Yeah, this is the biggest thing. You know, Trump actually said the other day, this is the biggest attack on the U.S. since 1776. He's correct. I've been speaking that way occasionally for 4 or 5 years, and I guess I sounded loony to people. But he's correct. If this thing is broken...
Yeah, I forgot. In fact, you've said exactly on my show at least 5 times I remember over the last 4 or 5 years, or even back when I was meeting with you in Flynn in 2020, you said this is as big a threat to America as since our founding. Go ahead.
Absolutely. It's bigger than World War II. It's bigger than World War I. It's so Chinese to come at us in a way, you know, the Chinese say, Sun Tzu says, the greatest victory is to win without fighting. You don't even know. We all think we're in a fight with each other. It's not. If China is picking our elections, and they're smart enough not to just make us elect a bunch of communists overnight, but we elect a bunch of people to our school boards who are going to teach that boys can be girls and girls can be boys. So we invert. It's partly a psyop. It's all, and we're going to elect.
Well, they have generals on Chinese TV admitting they're financing Hollywood, all the anti-white, the transgender, Black Lives Matter. And then people go, oh no, the left's doing it too. I know, but China is one of the biggest funders. They're involved in everything. The Confucius Institutes, controlling Democrat lawmakers. I mean, they are all over our ass.
Exactly. And then you're electing Soros process. By the way, Soros' funding comes from Venezuela for this stuff. We know he got 11 or 12 billion from the cartel. So then they're electing DAs who don't enforce the law. And it's okay to steal less than $1,000. And well, somebody hijacked somebody else with a gun in their face, but we'll let them out for $1 bail. So you break down the whole, all of this is a very carefully managed psychological operation to overthrow us, and pulling the strings in the distant background has been China all along.
I remember General Benton Parton, just interrupting you. I said, I got to interrupt you because you're so right. I got to interrupt you because you're so right, Patrick. I used to have General Benton K. Parton, the former head of Air Force Weapons Development, on the show all the time. He's dead now. And he was an incredible guy, and he was in charge of the military's also a bunch of anti-communist stuff. And he explained to me, he said, when they're getting ready to take over, this is like 25 years ago, he goes, they're going to put in DAs and judges that let murderers out one day later. They're going to create crime. They're going to make petty theft legal to break down society and create lawlessness to get you used to it, so that then they let the communists know you can kill whoever you want in the uprising, and we're just going to let you out. And he said, when you see them do that, that's when you know the communist takeover is commencing. And I was like, I wasn't rolling my eyes. But he says, it's part of the program, and he would explain it all. And literally 25 years later, we are in it exactly as you said. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so let me just stop this video real fast, because Alex Jones is saying that, according to Alex, he's saying that, the deep state, along with China, that they have been meddling And this happened allegedly, according to Alex, when he lost, and that was several years ago. He was campaigning to be the president again for the second time, and he lost. And Alex is saying that reason why is because the deep state and China basically, were messing with the voting machines. And this is just allegedly. There's no proof whatsoever to confirm Alex Jones's claims. So let's get back to the clip.
Political scientists have a term for it called anarcho-tyranny. Anarcho-tyranny. They know there's too many checks, constitutional checks, for them just to impose tyranny. So what they do is they stop enforcing the law so you can attack, so the left people can go and attack people and if you do, look at what's happening in Britain. There's all these attacks on little girls, and if somebody posts, oh, I don't like them raping my little girls, he's in prison for 30 months. The bad guys running around with bats and clubs and swords, and if a white guy or a British guy has a penknife on him longer than 3 inches, oh my God, he's in jail. So it's anarcho-tyranny. They establish their tyranny by letting anarchy reign, and then
two-tier justice.
They make it so one side of society can attack the other, and the other side can't defend itself, and eventually you slide right into tyranny.
Exactly, two-tier. So please continue. So this is devastating. Trump says, he says that they're about to release a report specifically on the machines and China. And you know what's in there. How big is this going to be?
Oh, well, it's going to be, I'll show you. I actually just sent your people 2 exhibits that should be put up next to each other.
Okay.
We actually can go through one of them quickly. I don't know if they can. One of them is an advertisement for a Liberty voting machine. Put that up alongside. Yeah, on the left is Liberty, the new version of Dominion, advertising. Here are our ballot marking devices. If you look on the right, this is an email. We've talked about this on your show, I think yesterday, from Dominion to somebody in China, and somebody in China writing back saying, meanwhile, the tablet arrives at Shanghai Customs and will be cleared next week. You'll get your tablets. Those tablets that are being discussed in that email coming from Shanghai, China, is this tablet now with a Liberty brand on it. You can't vote on this. It's compromised so many different ways. There's other emails that show they have an opportunity to edit the firmware. We talked about that yesterday. And the firmware establishes if you can change the firmware, you can tell this thing to open up a port, download new software, don't make any log of it. It's completely unusable. So what Liberty is advertising today in their site is this stuff that secretly comes from Shanghai. And you were right, they fence it through Taiwan. They make it look like it's coming through Taiwan. It's from mainland China, and it's loaded up with what they want to load on it.
What's up, guys? I appreciate you guys for checking out my channel. The clip I did show you guys, that was Alex Jones. And I just want to say that I definitely don't, co-sign whatever Alex is saying, because, he's been wrong before. And it's just allegedly his latest claims. There is no proof whatsoever that China and the quote unquote the deep state, that they were meddling during the presidential campaigns that Trump and also Biden that they had years ago. So Alex is saying that they were messing with the voting machines and things like that. And you gotta make your own conclusions. You can't trust Alex. So yeah, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next videos.